Welcome back, everyone. Yes, before you say yes, I know it's been a long time since I've done a bear by the fire, but there's a good reason for that. Just because of work and some other stuff that I've got going on, I've had different I've had to make sacrifices, is how I'm going to say it. But if you're new to the channel, Bear by the Fire is basically a little sort of video series where I sit around by a fire and just talk about personal experiences that I've had, or personal things that I think might be going on with the world, or just stuff that people um, need to know about. But anyhow, and if you see me looking back a little bit, I put some cardboard underneath it, so I just want to make sure it don't scorch the grass that bad, which all that really is dirt. So, if it does, it does. But anyhow, one thing that I've really noticed now that I've gotten a little bit older, and just within the past 5 years of my life, is the amount of firsts that I've had. A first being, just as a few examples here, I graduated high school in, well, the wind's stoking it a little bit now, that's good. I graduated high school in 2022, so that night was pretty awesome in my personal opinion. And I would love to try to relive that, even though I probably never will, which is okay. Hey, it's fine. Really, it's not fine, but that night in itself was just incredible. Just from high-fiving people, fist bumping, hugging, bros hugs, whatever, catching up with people. Hey, you remember back in so-and-so when we did that? Yeah, that was awesome. But, and just, when I got my black belt in martial arts, Taekwondo to be specific, that was just as incredible too. It was like a little ceremony, almost like a ritual. Where we had to sneak up on the masters as we were getting our next belt rank. So that was just incredible as well. If you want me to talk about that video, please be sure to let me know in the comments below. Getting to hold my nephew Riddick, and getting to hold their Snoop and Caitlin's second boy Camden, that was pretty awesome as well. And just more recently, I should say, is when I got my first vehicle, my truck. I'm not sure if I feature my truck in any of the videos here on the channel yet. Might have to do that sometime soon. Don't really know. Comment down below if you want to see that as well. But there's all kinds of firsts that you can have in your life. That should be the main takeaway of this short little video here. The amount of firsts you have in your life, especially early on in your life, really is crazy. It's something that a lot of us almost take for granted. Hearing the first cry of a baby, of a nephew, of a cousin, a friend's baby, whatever the case may be, that's big. Getting your first vehicle. For me, this was my first vehicle. My truck is the first vehicle that I ever bought with my own money, with my own everything I've ever had, where I work from a job at. But there's a bunch of different firsts that you will have in your life. And I already said this, but the main takeaway from this video should be to never take for granted those firsts, because once those firsts happen, they're not gonna happen again. That's why it's called a first. But anyhow, this has just kind of been my video, what kind of waypoint, I guess you could say, of going over these firsts that have happened very early on in my life. And take it what you will. There's firsts that happen in every person's life, and that's okay, because they're cool. It adds to life. It adds flavor to life almost. I know that sounds a little bit goofy, but that's just the way I look at it. But at any rate, I hope you guys enjoyed this little bear by the fire. I'd love to do more of these within the warmer months coming up. If you did enjoy, please make sure you hit subscribe, like. Huge thank you. I mean, huge thank you to who's been hitting subscribe. I think on the channel we're at 648 subscribers, which is absolutely mind-blowing insane. And I feel like I say that just about every time I bring subscribers up, but 648 subscribers. And here I'm trying to think of something special we can possibly do for 700 subscribers. I mean, obviously with Independence Day coming up within, geez, today's May 4th, so May, June, July, 2 months away. Independence Day is 2 months away. That's insane to me, but I'm trying to think of something special we can do for that. I don't really know of anything off the top of my head other than 250 years of America. Woo! Yeah. It's hard to believe, 1776, that America's been around for 250 years. It really is hard to believe. But with that, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below maybe 3 of your firsts that you've had in your lifetime. With that, take care, everyone. Pyro Bear 1776 saying see you later.